Sorry, my brain is like in a knot. It usually is, but it's in like a mega knot. Okay, guys, but we are going to go ahead and start. So thank you to everybody jumping on. I have a couple housekeeping tips to go over before I turn this call over to our rock star presenter tonight, Valerie. I first wanted to tell you guys that I really appreciate all of your, and if you hear screaming in the background or water splashing or like things blowing up, I would just like to fair warn you that my husband's giving our children a bath, doing homework, vacuuming, and all of the chores that I just gave him. So I don't know if you can hear what I can hear, but everything's fine. So that's going on right now. But I wanted to thank everybody for all of your messages and support. I'm not going to talk about it too long because either I suffer in silence or I'm walking around Target or the grocery store crying. Like, I don't really have a middle. But I really do appreciate all of your messages, all of you that you guys sent me, just reaching out to me. Even if I don't respond, it's not that I'm like not responding. I am basically had the most amazing, magical thing that you would ever see. And like, you know, I don't know what your guys' beliefs are, but she got this amazing energy and was dancing in those videos. My sister, the things that you see, and typically like she doesn't get out of bed for like the past month, like sleeps 20 something hours a day. And you guys saw it, right? So there was a short film that was like 1.5 minutes, and then there was an 8-minute one that came out today. It's like a Nicholas Sparks book, and then the full version comes out tonight. So it's like super crazy emotional. I'm going back on Friday. I had to come back to reorganize my brain and do a lot of things. As you can see, we'll talk about it in a second. We have coach sneak peeks and different things going on. I'm going to go really hard this week setting up things because I need to go back. My son and I are going back because he's a baby. We're going back to New York and we are going to stay because it's not gonna, you know, I have faith in prayers and miracles. So pray for a miracle if you believe in miracles, because that's what we need. And we do only have a few weeks left. So I'm going to go be with her. So if I seem kind of scattered in the process and don't respond to you, it's because when I have an hour, I am having an hour doing like 80 things on a to-do list that you probably don't even want to know. Like, there's so much to do once you kind of get to a higher level. So I'm very concentrated, focused. If you want to just call me or send me a message. I see it, but I may not respond properly. But I do love everyone. So if I seem kind of unsupportive or whatever, I don't mean to be. I can't respond to everybody business-wise. All right, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so then the next good of the order that I wanted to go over really quick was we have our coaching threads. We have our Boom Empire coaching thread, which is that message thing. So I'm kind of thinking about getting rid of that because, you know, the messages keep blowing up and this and that. I think that I'm going to get rid of that message thread, and if anybody has a question, we could just post it in the coach group. Because sometimes, like, I'll say something really important, or like, you know, Michelle will say something, or anybody will say something important, and then I'll even come along and be like, oh my God, do you guys love sweet potatoes? And then everybody will talk about sweet potatoes for like 25 minutes. But like, you could have won like a trip to Cancun for next year and you had to sign up on this link, and then nobody will see it because I'm asking you guys questions like, should I use paper or plastic grocery bags? You know what I mean? So I think that I'm going to get rid of that thread if that's okay with you guys, and then we can just post questions in the coach group. Let me know if you're opposed to that. Another thing is the coaching university, I know that it is a hodgepodge. I know it's a mess. The top coaches, they just put them all in there and it's a running group. I have decided that every 60 days, I'm going to clean it out and start over. So please tell your new coaches that if they were on day 3, when I post day 4, just go and do day 4. I cleaned the whole thing out today, okay? And then tomorrow I'm going to post day 2, and then we're going to go ahead and post day 3, okay? And then that'll run for 90 days, and then it will start over again. Also, another little thing is a coach sneak peek. I am running a coach sneak peek this week to end the month strong. A coach sneak peek is where you have any coaches that are interested. any coaches that were interested in the past, go back, talk to those people if they're interested, and you can add them in that coach sneak peek. And I put the link for that in the Boom Empire Fit Crew Coaches group. I am going to run that on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the goal would be is that new coaches would sign up, you know, this weekend, like coming up. So with that being said, I need, and you'll have to unmute yourself if you would like to share in the coach sneak peek, or I will ask you right now because I need to put the ducks in a row. Wednesday it's going to open up, and I'm going to tell a little bit about my story in the What is Coaching group, how it has helped me change my life. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, if I was still a teacher going through what I'm going through now, I would have been fired and lost my job. The residual income that you can build, some months I get 30 Success Club points. I've got 6 right now. Well, actually I have 10. But like, it doesn't matter. You're gonna make income off of those challenge packs. Maybe you make a couple $100. That's not gonna replace your income if you're a teacher, a lawyer, whatever your job is. So if you really wanna build that residual income, once you get those coaches and once you get that downline flowing, if I like literally shut my computer down and like never signed back in, like my sister, she was almost a top 10 coach and hasn't done anything in this business in 3 years. And it pretty much still pays all of her bills. You know what I mean? Like, I would have definitely, just something to think about. In the beginning, I know it's hard, but, you know, definitely try to, as you're adding people, you can walk away and you're kind of not a slave to your job. I'm going to kind of tell a little bit about that, like 1 or 2 minutes, what coaching is, how Team Boom got started, what this all is. And then I would like to have, Thursday and Friday, I need 2 people, 1 person Thursday and 1 person Friday, that would like to share a little bit going live in there about a couple minutes, a little bit about their story and how Beachbody has helped them. So I have a slot for Thursday and Friday. And if you would like one of those slots and you plan on putting people in there, and even if you don't, if I sign up 15 people this week from it, it's still going to help you build volume, right? Because you guys are under me. So even if you don't put anybody in there and you're interested in sharing, I may have some people in there, but it's going to, you know what I'm saying, by you sharing will help you build that volume long term. So if you would like to help out with that, I need 1 person Thursday and 1 person Friday. And then I'll go ahead and close it out on Saturday. So just PM me if you're interested in sharing in that coach sneak peek group. So the last thing that I want to do is to take 1 minute. Normally I don't do this. I just turn it over to my speaker, but I don't know when I'm going to, I say I don't know when I'm going to see you again. And then I always say like, I'm going to be gone for a while. And then I like show up the next day. So never know what you're going to get. Coach Sardell. I'm like, I'm never coming back. 10 minutes later, I'm like, I just made a shake. Okay. So, all right. So we have some people on the leaderboard right now. Now this board is old, so I know some of you have more points right now. So if I say you have 12 points and you're Valerie Nelson and you have 14, then you know I know you have 16. 16. Yeah, killing it. Which that's a me thing. So Bailey Glazer has 12 points. Valerie Nelson has 16. Joyce, you have 12. You probably have 14 by now. Maybe even more. 18, 20. And if you guys aren't following Joyce, she's in our downline. She is about to be a diamond. So go Joyce. We have Michelle Katz with 6. Katie May with 4. You might have 6 by now. If your numbers have changed, hold them up. Carrie Stillman Smith with 10. Haley Houston with 4. Christy Sudowick with 4. Jackie Howe with 2. Jessica Burns with 2. Jackie Oldsby with 4. Kristen Gavin with 2. Catherine DeMonte with 2. Lauren Owens with 2. Tara Hinsberg, I'm like a slow reader, sorry. 2. Megan Gutenberg 4. Dedra Wilson 4. I also know, I'm not going to read out the top recruiters right now because it was low, but our downline added 16 coaches in the past 2 days. So, I mean, killing it. definitely killing it. And when I was gone, I went from 4 points to in between, I think it's maybe 12 by now. And these were all the people I'd been talking to. So if you hadn't read The Compound Effect, guys, yet, you need to read it. People are watching you. People are definitely watching you. So keep posting and stay consistent. All right, well, I talked too long. We are going to turn it over to Valerie Nelson now, who is sponsored by Michelle Katz, who I met creepily on Instagram 2 years ago, signed up when I was on the Success Club cruise, which was so cool, totally stalked her, and she was able to meet Valerie, who is about to be as close to a Star Diamond coach. You definitely want to get to Star Diamond so you can get to 2-star Diamond, because you triple dip on cycles, which Valerie's completely was lost, but I think she's starting to see the big picture now. Was able to go to Cancun on the trip of a lifetime. I mean, she is one of the funniest people. I've never been on the outside, guys. Like, I'm always in it. Like, when there's like people are in it, like in the middle, that's me. And I've never not been in it because I couldn't go. So I got to watch it, and watching you guys was like, I got nervous for a second because I was like, get out of the hot tub, get her out of there. And then she was so cute, because then she would have like, everyone's like going wild, and she'd have her tea and everything, and just so awesome. Such a good leader, such a breath of fresh air for our team that I'm super emotional if I just start crying about everything, but I feel like I got to know you more from following your journey. One of the kindest hearted people that I've ever met, and I absolutely love you, and I'm so proud to have you on tonight's call. So, plus I have my periods, I'm like trying to cry. So take it away, girlfriend.
Hey, okay, so can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay. Thank you, Marie. That was really kind of you to say those nice things. I was super bummed that you were not going to be in Cancun, because I wanted to take a picture with me being ginormous and little Marie being like teeny little thing. So, but I'm going to post a picture of me and Autumn. And I have a pretty funny story about that. Maybe I'll share. But it actually turned out really well. The photographer that took it, someone just forwarded it to me, and she is like at my boob. She is so teeny. Anyway, it kind of put it into perspective, because I did 80-Day Obsession, and everybody on 80-Day Obsession, I guess, is that teeny except for Richardson. And all of a sudden I thought, like, ooh, I'm like the same size as them. And turns out I'm not. So that's good, because I'm different. Okay, so tonight, so I was super honored when Marie asked me to host this call, and thank you everybody for coming on a Monday night. I don't do my business on Sunday. I just, it's my religious day, and I'm super committed to my religion, and Sundays are just my day off. And I kind of feel like, because I have that one day off, I am able to recharge and reset and to really hit the week strong, and kind of able to refocus my goals. And so anyway, so I appreciate Marie moving the call so that I can be on with all of you and talk to you and hopefully help you in some way. I just want to give a shout out to Success Club, and I want to say that I am never missing another one. Just publicly, I'm going to say that. I am not a drinker. I am not a huge partier, but I still had so much fun. So and I was able to meet everybody, and it was funny because as I was meeting them, I knew like their whole name, because we know everybody by their whole name. So I was like, Heather Swindle, this is who Heather Swindle is. Anyway, so it was really great, and I got to like meet a ton of my upline. I got to meet Pat, and play volleyball with him. And it was super, super fun. Anyway, these people are down-to-earth people. They are, you know, like we see them and we see all of our upline and they're like exploding, and we see like their numbers explode. And like we hear all these stories about Pat and Ashley Phil Dyson and, you know, all of these amazing, amazing people. And they truly are amazing, but they are also just like me and you. And so they struggle, they look just like me and you, and they're doing the exact same things as we are. And they've just been doing it longer, and their consistency has been really good, really consistent, and they've gotten better. Okay, so that was really, really cool to meet all those people, and it just kind of fueled my fire even more. I started this coaching journey because I told Michelle, really, I just want to go work out with Shaun T. That's what I want to do, because I love working out, and I think in my brain that I am exactly like these super trainers and can do exactly the same things as they can. And so I should be up there. And that's just like how I started this coaching journey. And I was like, well, if I can take one of those trips and I can meet Shaun T and he can see how amazing I am, then maybe I will get on a video with him. Anyway, it's just, that's my brain, totally off topic.
No, and it's funny because that makes complete sense to me.
You know.
Yeah, I love you. That's awesome.
I love working out. I also love eating poorly. And so I needed Beachbody because I needed that nutrition element, and I needed the community, and I needed to know other people were like holding themselves accountable for what they were putting in their mouth. And so that really, really helped me. Okay, now getting onto coaching. I wanted to talk a little bit tonight. You tell me how long you need me to go, Marie, okay? So I wanted to talk about coaching. And when I first started, I had no idea what I was doing, and I kind of jumped in and I kind of learned as I went. And then turns out that that's what everybody kind of tells you to do, is kind of learn as you go and try not to do a ton of research. I mean, like, do a ton of research, but also be doing your actions and be doing the coaching and be inviting and everything like that. And I have some amazing, Michelle and Marie, they kind of know everything. And so I kind of leaned on them. And when I had questions, I just went to them, like, how much is a challenge pack? Or like, how do I sign somebody up? And then I just let them kind of teach me as I went. But I always stuck to inviting. Like, I knew that if I was going to make it in the coaching, I could not just post my story and at the time I was not doing any Instagram, anything. And I was just doing it all on Facebook. And I knew that even if I was posting all of that kind of good stuff and I was looking like I was showing up every day, I still had to do the invites on the back end. And I learned a lot because people had questions and I had no answer. And so I had to go and find that answer. And I probably messaged Michelle way too much, but I kind of relied on her. And then I kind of looked things up on YouTube and Shakeology.com and, all of these things to really find out. That's when I first started. Now, I've only been in 11 months, and I am really feeling like in January. In January is kind of when I started really feeling the excitement and the fire, and seeing the progress of what was happening and the progress of building my team and what it could really achieve. So, as we are all kind of building our own little teams and own little downlines, I think we struggle, right? Every single day we struggle because we are told that these are the things that we have to do, right? These are the things we have to invite, and we have to follow up, and we have to share our story, and we have to talk about, you know, when people say no, we have to work around like those no's, and we have to kind of figure out how to relate to them and get it so that they will, you know, be more emotional about the whole thing instead of just seeing it as numbers, you know, and all of these things that we have to do to further our business. And we talk about eating that frog and doing all of those things first before we get to play and all of this kind of stuff. And that's true. That's totally true. But where I found the excitement and the joy and seeing that my business started building is when I actually started to enjoy the process of coaching. And how do we enjoy that process of coaching when, you know, like when we are just thinking of this as a to-do list, right? I've got to get the laundry done, and I've got to get the dishes done, and I've got to, you know, all of this kind of stuff. I'm a mom of 3 kids. I'm also like a ton of other things, right? We'll get into that later. But how often are you just you fold laundry and you put it away, and you fold laundry and you're just standing there and you're folding laundry and you hate everything about it? But if you were to turn on music, or if you were to watch a show while you're folding laundry, all of a sudden you don't mind it, right? And you're like dancing to the tune, and you're like folding underwear, and then you like put it away. Or, you know, like you just have an attitude change, and all of a sudden those things are not so bad, okay? So it's the same thing with coaching, right? We need to invite, we need to be following up, we need to be building these relationships and talking to these people emotionally and sharing our story about how we were before Beachbody, and why we know that these, you know, Beachbody and these challenge groups and you as a coach will help them, like personally help them achieve those goals. And we need to be excited about it. We need to be confident about it. We need to be honest about it. We can't just be selling something and not really believe in it. We have to believe in this. We have to know that it works. We have to like love the programs and love our challenge groups and really, you know, like give everything to that. We have to be able to have the people feel our love towards them, right? We have to, I mean, because that's what we're selling. We're selling ourselves. Like they could go and just buy a challenge pack anywhere, right? Online, on the home network thing, but we are the one that is going to coach them. We are the one that's like emotionally connecting to them. And we're the ones talking to them about their goals. We're the ones that are going to help them achieve those goals. And so we have to feel that excitement as we are talking to them. And so, yes, I have used scripts in the past, but honestly, once that invite goes out, everything else is 100% me with that person, because they are so individualized, and what they're saying and how they actually even just come back with like, sure, what is it about? All of a sudden, I'm talking to an individual instead of just a numbers game. Okay. And so I really try I don't use any scripts. And even though I'm like typing in all day long or talking the same kinds of things all day long, I really try to have it be 100% honest in the moment, me talking to them. Okay. So how can we enjoy coaching? How can we enjoy it? So I want everybody to get a piece of paper out. And I want you to write down why you coach, right? We talk about our why we coach. And then I want you to write down the positives of coaching. The good things about coaching that you have experienced, not what other people have talked about, what you have experienced. some of those things that I love about coaching, one of the most highest, I guess, the thing that I love the most about coaching is hearing how this works for people. This morning, I was talking to a friend of mine who it was her birthday. And she talked about, she's only been on it for 4 months. She's blowing up her business, by the way. But she's only been on this whole thing for 4 months. She is now off antidepressant pills, and she is off her acid reflux. I mean, like first time ever, right? I got to go to Success Club and hear all these stories about people who have gotten out of depression, who are not suffering from anxiety, who just feel more self-confident in their skin. Like these are real things that the world is dealing with. Real things. Anxiety, depression, like this is plaguing our
water, Becky.
Huh?
Sorry.
So this is plaguing our world, right? And so hearing that this stuff really, really does work, and it's not just me. It's not just me. It's my challengers. It's the people who I brought on. It's my team that are feeling the same way. That gets me super excited. That is a positive thing about why I coach. And it's not just for the money. You know, it's because I feel like I am making a difference in someone else's life, and that fuels my fire. Okay. How do you enjoy coaching? How do you enjoy coaching? I don't want you to think, oh, I've got to eat that frog. I've got to do my business today. I've got, yes, we have those days. Right? But how do you enjoy coaching? Do you turn on the music and invite like a boss? Or sometimes if I'm not feeling it, I will go back through my challenge groups and read posts. Or sometimes I will go back and message, and see some messengers things from my challengers. Sometimes I watch a Shakeology podcast. I mean, I listen to a Shakeology podcast because that Shakeology is the bomb. I mean, it just is. Like, I just get super excited about it when I hear them talk about it, like on a scientific level. And I am not a big words person, but I just get super, super excited about that. I get excited. Oh, I would go on the 80-Day Obsession group with Autumn, and I would just watch one of her videos, and she would be throwing down the smack and everybody stop this. And if you want the results, you better do it, or, and she's just talking, and that would fuel my fire and be like, yes, that's so right. Sometimes I listen to personal development, and sometimes it has to be like 3 or 4 times a day because I just am not feeling it. And here's the thing, if you are not feeling it, and you are just doing the actions, the people on the other side that you're talking to are going to feel what you're feeling. So if you are just doing the actions, they're going to feel that. But if you are super excited about this, and you're excited about Shakeology, and you're excited about this next 80-day group coming up and starting today or whatever, they are going to feel that excitement. Okay. So this last month, 80-Day Obsession finished, and a lot of my team finished on 80-Day Obsession. And all of a sudden, their results were amazing. And we put all our results out on Facebook, and we were telling our stories. And then we were like, let's do it again. Let's start it again. And we set a date, and we knew what date it was going to be. And we had like a good 10 days or something before. And then all of a sudden, all of my coaches had 1, 2, 3 challengers. And I just started seeing everybody add all these new people for 80-day obsession. 1, because they were excited about the results that they got. 2, they knew it was going to work for somebody. And so as they're inviting this energy of oh my gosh, I got amazing results on this. I got amazing abs, or I lost 10 pounds, or my mindset and nutrition are just completely changed, and I feel like I have so much self-control, or whatever it is, they honestly were super excited about it. And they had something to invite to, right? Because they had done it. They had something to invite to. They were super excited about it, and they had a deadline. And so people kind of felt that. I know they did. And I know that as I was inviting, it was so easy. It was so easy. I was just so do you want to do it or not? It was my confidence level was so do you want these results or you not? Because if you're going to get this challenge pack, you got to get it this week, because we're starting on the 23rd and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Right? And all of a sudden I had my Success Club 10, and then I was okay, cool. And I sat back and I didn't really do much. Just going to say that, because I was at Success Club, but I had all these other people that I had invited before, and I had invited before, and I had invited before, that had said no to me, or maybe didn't get back to me, or whatever. And even at Success Club, I was oh, so-and-so wants to sign up. So I guess hold on, I'm just going to go send them a challenge pack. And it was it just was this like ripple effect. Okay. So you put in all that time.
That's how you get momentum, my dear. And you got it.
Yeah. So
and it feels good because you got it. Yeah.
Yes,
Sorry.
Start feeling it. Okay. So, I went through that. Okay. Here's the other thing is that when you are inviting people, yes, you need the confidence and the excitement and the honesty and all of that kind of stuff, but you have to remember that, yes, you know it's going to change their life, right? You know they're depressed. This is going to change your life, right? You will get out of depression. For sure, you will get out of depression. You know, like, all those nutrients that are going in their body are going to just completely help them. You know that getting up out of bed and getting that workout in and having all those endorphins rolling around is going to help them. But they don't know that. They don't know that. And they've probably tried working out before. They've probably tried going to the gym. They might even have a gym membership. They've probably tried all of this stuff. And so you have to make sure that you take it step by step and you're connecting with them emotionally, and make sure that you remember where you were, because you are talking to your pre-beach body. And I know I took several months before I signed up, and I had to be invited several times. And actually, right before this call, I just signed somebody up, and I think it's been a whole year. And seriously, this person told me she was going to sign up every single month. And I was like, really? Really? You're going to do it this time? Okay. I'll believe it when I see it, And then all of a sudden, just right now, she was like, okay, I'll sign up. And I think it's because of the 80-day, like she had this, like, I've got to do this. This is the date, right? And we're on day 1, so she had to do it. But, okay. Moving on. I think we think about coaching differently than we think about our health journey. And I think we need to think about them the same. So we're talking about enjoying your journey in your health, right? In your health and fitness. And we talk about that all the time. But we have to be able to enjoy the journey of coaching and not do our business and expect that day to have somebody sign up, or do our business and expect to have, well, my time is worth $10 an hour. So if I'm going to work 5 hours on this, I should get paid $50, because that's not how this works. And if you do it right, then you're going to be putting in, like Marie said, like an hour, and then your turnaround is going to be like thousands of dollars. Okay? If you do it right and if you stick with it long enough. Okay? So at the beginning, you have to do your business. You have to be excited about it too, but you have to do your business without needing to see the results. So every day you have to be able to do your invites and do your personal development and do your follow-ups and connect with people and talk with people honestly, because you love it, because you know the journey and you see the perspective of it without having the result. Okay? Having the perspective that a year from now, you are going to, you have to trust the process. And we say this all the time, you know, when we do our workouts, trust the process. These super trainers know what they're doing. Trust the process. But do we trust the process of the coaching? Do you honestly trust that process? Because if you do, if you honestly trust the process and you are in it to win it for a year, let's say, I'm going to be in it to win it. I'm going to trust this process every single day. I'm going to pound out 20 invites and I'm going to do all my follow-ups every single day for an entire year and really trust the process. You will definitely further your business, like ridiculous. Okay? You will get momentum too. Okay, so you're doing your business for your business a year from now, not for the results of today, okay? And then here's my next thing. You know how we always say this when we are doing our fitness journey? Small, smart choices plus consistency equals huge results, right? So if we have small, smart choices, and we are doing our small, simple tasks of coaching, and you do them consistently, you will get huge results. Will it be that day? No. It will not be that day. Will it be the next day? No. But you have to have the perspective that it will be there. It will be a huge result in a year from now. And I think that's what I'm feeling, is like this momentum of like, this is actually working. This is really working. And I told Michelle, okay, I get this. Like at the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it 3 years. Like, I'm going to give it 3 years. I'm going to go all in. You're going to teach me. It's like I'm going to school, and you know, you go to school, you go to university, and you pay. You pay to go to school. Then after the university, you don't have a job, and all of a sudden you have to go out and find your own job with the education that you have. Well, if you give it 3 years, now I'm not in it 3 years, so I don't know where I'm going to be. Probably a 10-star diamond. But if you give it 3 years and then see where you're at, and not even like check in along the way, ridiculous. Like, you will be so much further in 3 years than you would have been if you went to college. And I mean, I went to college, but like, and then trying to find a job after that. Okay. So even 1 year into it, I'm really starting to feel the momentum of being consistent. I was talking to this friend of mine this morning, and she was saying, okay, I'm just going to tell you what I think of you when I think of you, like my adjectives or whatever. Okay. And so she said, you are a no excuses kind of girl. Okay. And I kind of had to laugh at that because Tyler was saying that to me like 1 hour earlier than I was talking to her, because my husband does the Beachbody workouts, and he is like super awesome, and I just love him to pieces. But he says to me, I only have a half hour every day. There's no way that I do not have time to do an hour workout. And so whenever he's done with the program, like he did T25, whenever he's done with the program, he's like, okay, coach, tell me what other program I can do for 30 minutes. And so I was like, you really have to try Core de Force. You just have to try it. And some of those are 45 minutes. And I think you're going to be okay. Like, just try it. And he refused for a long time. And then he like was bouncing around on lots of different things. And like, we know, if you're not stuck to a program, you kind of are lost, right? You kind of don't really know what your goal is or where you're going or whatever. And so he started Core de Force. And this morning he was like, you know what? I just realized, he said, I just don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. And I was like, you just make time, Tyler. You just make time to do it, and you put it at the beginning of the day, because you could sit down and do emails all day long, because he works in administration. And so he's got billions of emails that he's trying to work through, and he could literally be working all day, and so he has to kind of prioritize his life. And so then tonight he was saying, I was thinking about what you were talking about, and I didn't tell him our conversation with me and Joyce. And he said, I was thinking about our conversation this morning. And he said, the reason why I feel like you have time is because you wake up earlier. You don't have enough time. You wake up earlier. You just make more time. And I'm like, yeah, because my kids get up at 5:45, but I get up at 5 o'clock. And I don't work out at 5 o'clock, but I do a lot of the things that I need to get done. Like, I do my scripture reading, I do my personal development, I do some posts, I add my friends, whatever I need to do. 5:45 comes, my kids are up, right? I've got to do the kid thing, got to get them off to school. And then at 6:30, that's my workout time. And then sometimes Caitlin wakes up and I have to, do my workout while I have a 4-year-old around me, which is not my favorite, but I do it. Okay. And then we go to preschool, and I could tell you like the rest of my day. But I decided, if I was going to get this done, and I have an hour-long workout, and usually from 6:30 to 7:30 was my work time, I would have to get my work time and my personal development time and all of that kind of stuff done at 5 o'clock in the morning. So it kind of sucks. Do I write down a schedule? I do not write down a schedule, because I know I just get up at 5. I always set my alarm. I just get up, and like that morning, I kind of know what I need to, do for the rest of the day. It also is like super quiet and I can get a lot of things done. Okay, so I do have to say that I am kind of a no excuses kind of person. And I have no sympathy for a lot of other people, because I'm a mom of 3. I am a dog mom, and my dog was hospitalized, I guess you could say. He went through a surgery right now, so.
Is it just me, or did she just freeze?
Froze. Uh-oh.
Yeah, she froze.
She'll come back.
Yeah, she'll come back in.
Sometimes. Come back, Valerie.
Oh, my connection is
Oh,
unstable.
there we go. You're like my dog.
Okay, so
There you go.
I just wanted to quickly go through, like, I'm a mom of 3. I am a dog mom. I am a Beachbody coach. And I'm a music teacher, so I teach privately out of my home, voice and piano. I am an adjunct teacher at Vanderbilt, and so I go in and I teach college kids during the day as well. I am an opera singer, and actually, I have an audition this week that I desperately need to get ready for. I am a primary president, which means I am over the kids in my church. And so I plan all of these activities and everything. And every Sunday I have like 2 hours with these kids that I have to plan. And so I do that. And, you know, along with like all the other mom duties of being a chauffeur and cook and laundry and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying this because it's like, ooh, I am such an amazing person. I'm just saying that, like, you can make this work. You just have to focus. You have to focus, you have to get it done, and you have to enjoy it. And you just do it, and then you let it go. Let it go. You just have to let it go and not expect the results for today. Right? Just like me not eating the cheesecake that's in the freezer will give me results 2 weeks from now, right? I mean, maybe not tomorrow on the scale. I'll probably do the exact same. And so then I'll think, oh, I can do that again and again and again, right? Well, if we don't invite again and again and again and again, it's not going to get us anywhere. So that's my thing. That's my whole spiel.
That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It was kind of crazy because I think a lot of people think that, you know, me as our leader, like I sit over here not feeling everything that you talked about. And it was weird, some of the things that you said, because I won't talk the whole time and we'll open up for questions, but I just wanted to share some of these key points. Where you said to fall in love with your business again, there's been times even in the past few months where I felt like quitting because I didn't love it anymore. You know, like I called it mastering the mundane. I mean, like, how exciting is that? You want to join me? You know, like having that feeling of like, why do you, sorry, I just cry when I talk. I don't mean to. Like, why do you love this, you know? And I think that when you said that, it really touched me because at first I put that it keeps me living, but then I changed it to like, it keeps me alive. And I think there's a difference between like living and like being alive. And it like, I didn't realize it because I think that like I am a completely different person than I was 2 weeks ago. So I think that's what coaching has done for me. Because if you asked me 3 weeks ago, I would have told you that it gives me freedom and I don't have to go to my crappy job anymore. Because I didn't see what was in front of me. And I said that we have this gift, but like, what does that even mean? Until you like really see that you have this gift and you experience it and you do a program from beginning to end. When's the last time you saw me show a before and after? Never. I have a picture when I was heavy from 5 years ago and I show you me now. That's not me being a good leader. That's not me sticking to a program. Yeah, I may be a star diving coach, but I'm not doing it right. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm telling you that authentically from my heart. Like, and I know that for myself, like, do a program from start to finish. Do the nutrition. Take your before picture like Jamie and Heather do, where you show your front and you show your back and you do it and you stick to it and you talk about your peaks and valleys. Because that is the stuff that's going to, there's like a business and then there's like fueling your passion that leads you to have a fulfilling business. And if you fuel your passion and you show up and you do those things, you're going to have you know, you're going to have that momentum and all that stuff come together. But I just really, that really touched my heart, how you said that. And, you know, there is a lot of people out there on antidepressants. You would not believe the people that told me over the past couple of weeks, I don't know how you get up and do what you do. I don't know how you are. I'll be honest with you guys, I cried all day today. But I don't cry all day every day. Where I think that like 99% of people would cry, you know, not 99%, but I don't cry all day, every day, because working out, fueling your body, having that nutrition, if I did not believe in it before, because I kind of BS'd it to get to where I was, I sure as hell promise you I believe in it now, because I would not be able to get up. So it's not about me crying. I cry about everything. I cash out at Target, I cry. So sorry. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I was going to ask you a serious question. We're kind of bipolar right now, changing gears. What would you say? I just wanted to share that part. What I was going to say, and then what would you say is your biggest piece of advice for new coaches? Like, what would you say? Like, if you could give your biggest piece of advice for new coaches that are just like feeling lost and frozen, like, because we've all been there, like, what would you say that would be?
I think what I would say is give me a year. Do what I say, do what I'm doing, give me a year. Like, if you can give me a year, I'll take you there. I promise you, I will take you there. If you believe in me, you know, but you've got to do it every day. And I think that's where I see the coaches on my team really succeeding are those coaches who really believe in me and like really believe, because they believe in me, they believe in themselves. And when I say, are you inviting? How many invites are you inviting? And
5.
Like, yeah. You know, when I say, okay, everybody, we're inviting 20 invites today, you know, let's be accountable to each other. And when I see those invites come up from those specific coaches, then that's who I really want to mentor. That's who I really want to run with. And for a new coach, brand new coach, I would say, do what your upline says. Do it.
Yeah.
Your upline knows what they're doing. You have to believe in the process and just to do it. You know, find a way. Sometimes I get like in this huge rut and I'm like, oh, I'm so anxious and I'm so like, just sign up already or whatever, right? And I have to go and do like 20 push-ups. And if you know me and you follow me, you know that I love.
Because you're not sitting over there with people getting a bunch of yeses. Like, you're sitting over there like,
no,
you know, plugging away.
And here's the other thing is that everybody I feel like that has signed up with me this month.
You can only have grapes, Landon, right now. Sorry.
All the people, nobody signed up with me that I invited this month. Nobody did. They are all follow-ups. But if I don't invite new people and I don't get the no's, then I don't get people following me. You know, and those people, I talked to somebody a couple of days ago, and she said, okay, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for the change. I don't even know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing or anything like that, but I know you're doing something and you're doing it every day, and I need you to help me. She did not even care what program I was selling. She didn't even care, because she knew that I would show up every day and I would help her every day because I was doing it myself. And so she knew she could trust me. She had no idea what program or anything. And we got her like signed up, ready to go, because when I did invite her before, she was not in a good place. So you don't know those people that you're inviting. If you're inviting cold market people, if you're inviting even warm market people. You don't know what they're going through, but they will start to follow you. And some of them come to you when they're ready. And some of them you have to follow up. Most of them you have to follow back up with them. But I promise you, every single person that I have signed up, whether they have fallen off or not, has not been sorry that they have signed up. Has not been sorry. So why the are we afraid to invite? I mean, I don't get it. Like, when I say, let's invite today, let's invite 25 people, go down your A list and just hit the invite button. Like, just copy and invite. Because we have something, I mean, everybody. And look. I was making a list today. These are all the people that have joined me throughout the entire year. I have 64 people join me throughout the entire year. Okay? This is not a lot. Ashley Phil Dyson does this in a day. But these 64 people, whether they have fallen off or not, have not been sorry that they've signed up. Have not. Nobody in this list has returned it. Okay? So I get why we're nervous about invites. I get that. But why are we so nervous? Why are we so nervous? We have something that could totally help them. And we're just inviting. And if they say no to us, okay, they would have said no to, we would have never gotten them anyway if we would have not invited. Okay.
Exactly.
Sorry, that was
No, that is true. We're gonna have time for one more question. I wanted to tell you guys that you are gonna get better at it as you go. You are gonna get better at it. You are gonna be. I changed 3 lives, sold 3 challenge packs on the way home from New York yesterday. 2 years ago, that would have taken me 6 months. Not because I was doing it wrong. It's because you have a script, and then you're you, and then you have a script in the beginning that starts the conversation. And then you have you talking to them, building the relationship. Then you go back to the script, what does it come with? And then you close, and that's you, and you're going to get better at it with time. But you got to be on a journey. You have got to be on a journey to share a journey. Definitely need to do, I'm so struggling with it. Yeah, like you're not struggling, Randy. You're not struggling. Like you just gotta, I don't know if you're talking about, I was struggling with this totally. Oh yeah. You were struggling, but I've seen you do it, Randy. Randy knows how to do it.
Randy, when I first signed up, Randy was like
killing it.
It for me. Like every time you didn't even know this, Randy. Every time I would go on the challenge group, I would look for Randy.
Right.
And she doesn't even know that, even to this day.
Heather. Same thing with Heather. And then Heather, you'll run away for like 2 weeks. Where are you, Heather? Get back over here, Heather. Reeling you in, Oh, I can't get on the call today. I'm cooking dinner. No, you're not. Microwave something and get your butt on the call. Right?
Your meal prep already should have been done.
Yeah. What are you doing, Heather? We see you. Sneaking around behind those palm trees. And
I know Heather and Randy now. Give them a hard time.
Yeah, we love them. So we have time for another question. Who has a question? Sorry, I'm a talker and a crier and a laugher all the same hour. Who else has a question? Anyone have a question for Valerie? Because she's going to be a top 10 coach, so better ask her a question because one day you'll be begging for a picture. Right?
You better say she know me when.
Yeah. Have to sell 10 challenge packs to take a picture with her.
You guys want to hear my story of Autumn Calabrese?
If it's quick. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, then we're going to get off, okay? Here I am at Summit. I get Success Club 10, but I'm Michelle Katz's guest, even though I'm a coach. They don't let me get the reward for getting Success Club 10 before the summit trip is that you get to have pictures with each of the super trainers. Well, they didn't let me because I was a guest.
That's terrible.
Terrible. So I was like, I'm still making you money. I don't know why it doesn't matter. But anyway, so I was like, every time I could take a picture with them, it was like throwing elbows and getting up there, and I'm tall, so I was like able to like get up there kind of on the stage and kind of, anyway, stalk them. So at closing ceremonies or whatever, the closing thing, they had the super trainers, and all three of them were there, and you could stand in line and get a picture with them. So I was like, I'm doing this. So me and Michelle stood in line. And
for 4 hours.
4 hours. No, it was like just 3 hours. It went pretty quickly because they funnel them through, right? So you're funneling through. You don't even hardly get to talk to the super trainers or anything. And so I was like, okay, this is what I want because I'm like ginormous and I want to put my arms around the coaches. I want like this picture of me like being all buddy and everybody just kind of goes up to the coaches and like barely like, hi, whatever. And I'm just not that type of a person. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go up and I'm going to like give them all a big hug and then like put my arms around them, and just kind of like bring them in, like, let's huddle together. Anyway, so I get up there and I give him a big hug and Chris Downing is like, whoa, that's okay. And then Joel was like, oh, wow, you're kind of aggressive or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm a little aggressive or whatever. So then I put my arms around them and Autumn Calabrese is down here and I'm like kind of scrunching them together or whatever. And the wind is blowing. And so I'm like trying to take a picture, whatever, like all happy. And they're like, smiling, and the wind is blowing and Autumn goes, okay, wait, hold on. And I look down because I'm looking completely down, right? She's so small that her hair is like in her face because it's so windy. And so then I'm like, oh, okay. And I go over to like try to help and my hands are like this because I have such big hands. Yep, there we go. Yep, show that picture. So I'm like trying to help and Joel is like, whoa, back up or hold on a second. Like I was attacking her, but it actually looks like I am attacking her. And so I was just like, my hands were not in the air, but it actually looks like my hands are on her head, like, and I'm like shaking her. Anyway, so Michelle is there like clicking pictures because she doesn't know what to get and what not to get. Anyway, and I'm like ginormous next to her. And so I'm like, so she's like, no, it's just the wind or something. And I hope she's not mad at me, but whatever. And so then we get back in a picture and take a picture and it actually turns out okay. But Joel got super mad at me. Like I was like attacking her or something. He was like, hold on, wait, step back. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. So then I was like, okay, I'm so sorry.